Hey, baseball fans. This is Camfrey 15 Talk Sports back at it again with some baseball free agency news video. Obviously, you clicked on the video because the biggest free agency news is the fact that, well, I know I'm kind of late on the news for, stuff like this, but Matt Olson ended up getting traded to the freaking Braves. Then Freeman's now a Los Angeles Dodger, essentially, and a bunch of things are happening where it's freaking crazy. Now, obviously, let's get this thing out of the way. One quickly. Obviously, the two top, I guess, free agents on the top of the list now are really Carlos Correa and Trevor Story. Obviously, two shortstops. And my thing is, I don't know who the hell is going to sign them. Like, I hear there's like teams that are like interested in them, but at the same time, it's like you don't hear enough traction going on. So yeah, now I'm an Angels fan. I just have a weird feeling that the Angels are going to sign either Correa or Story to the team. I guess if you look at the Angels roster, they do need a shortstop because their shortstops currently right now aren't good. So if you're going to overpay for a shortstop, well, you might as well get Correa or Story. At this point, it won't hurt. So yeah, but speaking of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, so I don't trigger Dodger fans, the Angels actually did some work. Now, obviously, as an Angel fan, my thing is we need freaking pitching. Pitching is going to be the way to help. Now, I'm not going to get ahead of myself, and I'm not going to freaking say we're going to the playoffs this year because if you guys are going to know, I lower my expectations when it comes to the damn Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. But the Angels made some pitching moves, and, well, they signed Ryan Tepera and Archie Bradley today. Now Ryan Tepera got a 2-year deal worth $14 million. Tepera, who's 34, he struck out 71 in 61 and a third innings for the Cubs and White Sox this past season. And the Angels also traded for Archie Bradley, who came from over the Phillies. He got a 1-year deal worth $3.75 million. I think as an Angel fan, I think they're two solid moves. Nice, solid bullpen arms. And they got some pretty damn good bullpen arms up in that bullpen, which, as an Angel fan, I typically call the Angels bullpen the blow pen because we would always blow leads. But I haven't seen one freaking reliever who's in the Angels bullpen right now that I'm not mad about. Like, I'm honestly, like, kind of happy that they actually bolstered up the bullpen, because we had guys like Steve Cishek last year that would always blow leads. Thank God. National fans will understand what it's like when they have Steve Cishek. But I think these are solid moves for the Angels. I still think they should get another starter that's out there. The only starter I know that's out there is Johnny Cueto. I want him to come, but I feel like if they're going to make a big cash spending, then it's going to be on one of the shortstops. But we'll see what the Angels do. I like the moves for the Angels. And I'm not trying to be biased. I'm not trying to be as biased as I can, but I think, they got some solid bullpen arms up in there where they can put up zeros. Yeah, will they give up runs every now and then? Yeah, but my thing is this: if we got a lead, don't blow it. So yeah, I don't want to have this new group of pitchers be called the blow pen. So yeah. So going through another big name, and this is for the Giants. The Giants added Carlos Rodon and Matthew Boyd, to their team. So they're two solid pitchers now. Carlos Rodon, he's kind of an injury-prone pitcher. It was a pitcher I wanted the Angels to go after, but I think this is going to be solid for the Giants. I think it's going to give them a nice veteran presence in their arm. And then Matthew Boyd, who's a young pitcher, he's only getting a 1-year deal worth $5.2 million with $2.3 million in incentives. He had surgery in September, and essentially they saying he should be ready for a debut in June. I think he's kind of a solid player. I don't know much about Matthew Boyd, but I think he definitely could be a good player for the Giants. Again, it's a 1-year deal, so it's not going to hurt them. So yeah, obviously I see Freddie Freeman. Again, I'll talk about that later. Shockingly enough, a big name hitter, Chris Bryant, is going to the Colorado Rockies. Now, if you're wondering why in the blue hell would Chris Bryant go to the Rockies, well, to what I know, his services, from what I heard, it's like no team really wanted him. I don't know other teams that were interested in Chris Bryant. But it's like, why would he go to the Rockies? Well, this is why, because he got a 7-year, $182 million contract. Plus, he has a no trade clause. So that essentially means, the Rockies can't freely trade him if they want to. He can stay there. And if he wants to say, I want to be traded, then the Rockies can trade him. This is kind of a head scratcher move for me, but the more I looked at it when I saw it, I'm like, he just went to the Rockies for the money. He didn't go there to compete for a title or anything. He strictly went there for the money, and that was kind of the thing he's been trying to do since after leaving Chicago. The Cubs, he wanted to get paid. Well, I guess I can't really fault him because he already got his World Series ring. And that World Series ring is definitely probably going to be one of the most valued World Series rings in MLB history because he was a part of the 2016, he was part of that Cubs team that ended their 180-year, title drought. So, he's already immortalized as one of the best MLB players in the game. So he got paid. Yeah, he's going to probably play with the trash-ass, bum-ass Colorado Rockies. But at the end of the day, he's getting paid. He's essentially, I guess you could say, their fill-in replacement from Nolan Arenado, leaving them a few years ago. Again, it's strictly just, he's going to get paid. He'll probably have a lot of home runs and stuff like that because, well, it's Coors Field. It's easy to hit home runs there. And stuff like that. I don't know much about what the Rockies' plan is to do, but they're kind of like in that phase of rebuilding. But hey, they got a big-time player. They got a reason why you got fans. You're willing to continue to have fans show up to games because after Trevor Story dipped, there was kind of really no incentive of going over to watch the Rockies. Well, now Rocky fans have a reason to go watch the Rockies now, and they can go watch because of Chris Bryant. So, yeah, Chris Bryant just went to the Rockies because well, he's just freaking going there for the money. Again, I forgot to make a mention. Again, another thing, the Giants, because I'm looking through this article, Jock Peterson, he's leaving the Braves to go back to the NL West. He's not going to the Dodgers. He's actually joining the rival team of the Dodgers, the Giants. I don't know how Dodger fans are going to take that. Jeez Louise. They loved it when he was on the Braves, and they're like, go get your ring after beating us. Now they're going to have to actually hate this guy. It'll be interesting to see the reception he gets when he goes back to Dodger Stadium. Is he going to actively, be hated by Dodger fans now that he's a Giant? Or are Dodger fans actually going to be, cheering him now every time he comes up to bat? Because they like Jock Peterson. It's a solid move to the Giants. It gives them another big bat in their solid enough lineup. So, hey, it's pretty freaking cool. And then two, he's from Palo Alto, which is in Northern California. So it kind of makes sense and stuff like that. Now, he signed a 1-year contract that's worth $6 million. So if things aren't working out, he can definitely be shipped at the trade deadline to another team that potentially could be contending. But I think the Giants can definitely be a contending team in the NL West. They definitely should be the second team, at least no lower than second place because of what's going on with the Padres. And let's get into the Padres stuff. Tatis, he's going to miss some time because this idiot decided to get on a motorcycle and he broke his damn wrist. And what does the San Diego Padres do about it? Well, they straight up told him, do not go on the motorcycle again. Matter of fact, you will not ride your motorcycle ever again. And Fernando Tatis is already again hurt again before the season even started. And the Padres are going to be gone, he's not going to be on the Padres till I think they said June almost. So that's literally a good chunk of the season he's going to be gone. and with his bat out of the lineup, it definitely can lead to the fact that San Diego could be a third, maybe fourth place team in the NL West. He's very injury prone. He had a lot of injuries last year, and now he's already started the year off with an injury, and it's just because he got in a motorcycle. He had a motorcycle incident. This is why professional players need to understand what value they bring to their team. If he's going to be paid all that money, you expect him to do something smart with his personal life. So Padres definitely going to be hampered by this. So I don't know why he would do this, but hey, that's his problem. Good on the Padres for telling them no more motorcycle, riding your motorcycle. We're not trying to have you get hurt. We want you to stay healthy so we can actually try to compete in the NL and actually try to get to the playoffs, which is something the Padres have alluded for quite a while, and stuff like that. So, yes. Another big news. Sonny Gray, he's going to the Minnesota Twins in a trade for some prospects and everything. Solid enough for him. He goes somewhere where he can go play. I think that's a nice move, solid move for the Twins. They get a nice arm up in their rotation, and that's good for them. Big news for the Yankees. Speaking of the Twins, too. The Yankees actually traded away Gio Urshela and Gary Sanchez for I'm trying to look. It was I'm trying to find the move and stuff like that. I know it was for I'm trying to find this out real quick. Hold on a quick second, guys. Okay, back. For Josh Donaldson and their newly acquired Isaiah Kiner Falefa they got from the Rangers. So Josh Donaldson's going to the Yankees. That's, I guess, fine. And Isaiah Kiner Falefa. Okay. And then they also re-signed Anthony Rizzo to come back to the team. So they got their first baseman, which essentially took them out of the Freddie Freeman runners and the race and stuff like that. Anyways, going on. Seiya Suzuki, who is the next Japanese phenom after Ohtani came to the States, he's actually going to the Cubs, and he's going to be the highest paid Japanese player to come to the States, which is actually pretty damn shocking. But I feel like the Angels are going to massively pay Shohei Ohtani to stay on the team. That's cool for them. So good on the Cubs, trying to find a way to continue to at least be relevant in the city of Chicago, and stuff like that. So it's going to be that's definitely interesting. The Reds, again, they continue to break up the team even more. They traded Jesse Winkler over to the Cincinnati Reds. This is definitely going to help out the Seattle Mariners. Definitely hated this because it's I guarantee I can see Jesse Winkler hitting freaking dingers against the Angels, and it's going to piss me the hell off. So, the Seattle Mariners, again, building a solid team up there in Seattle, which they do look to be a team that wants to try to at least maybe not win the AL West, but at least be maybe a potential wild card team, because they were close to being a wild card team last year and stuff like that. And then, of course, my Angels essentially ruined it for them and stuff like that. So, yeah. The Braves, they ended up, let's obviously get to, the main moves that of this video. And one, let's talk about the, Phillies actually signed Kyle Schwarber. Now, they've signed to a crazy amount of deal. I think he's going to be a good bat for them, but I still kind of question why would they sign him that much. So, that's insane, but hey, that is what it is. So I guess good for the Phillies. Nelson Cruz, he's going to the Nats. by the Nationals, so he's going to be paired up with Juan Soto. I think that's definitely going to help them there. Now, if you're wondering why is he going over to the National League, they got the DH in the National League now, so he can just play everyday DH for the National. And again, at a guy at his age, he's played for a long time. He can still hit the ball like crazy. Like, the dude's in his 40s, and he's hitting the ball really damn good. Like, he isn't washed. So yeah, he's still damn near is like feeling like he's playing in his prime still. So yeah, Braves, they ended up re-signing Eddie Rosario, who was key to them winning the World Series last year. Good on them. But obviously the biggest news they made is the Oakland Athletics traded away. They traded away Matt Olson to the Braves for some prospects. And speaking of the Oakland Athletics, they also traded away Matt Chapman to the Toronto Blue Jays. So the Oakland A's are kind of in a fire sale, and right now they're looking to actively ship Sean Manaea and even Frankie Montas. I would like the Angels to get Frankie Montas, but we'll see where that goes. But yeah. And then Matt Chapman, I think he'll do pretty solid enough with the Toronto Blue Jays. He's a solid baseman, he's a solid third baseman and everything, so he'll definitely help them out. So yeah, but Matt Olson to the Atlanta Braves, and then presumably he gets a massive contract. I forgot what the details were, but he gets a massive contract that pretty much is going to keep him in his hometown because he's from Atlanta. And stuff like that. I think they got a very nice bat. Especially as an Angel fan, this guy would kill us. It's definitely a bat where teams have to watch out for, because you give him the wrong pitch that you're not supposed to give him, he'll freaking turn that pitch and turn it into a damn home run. This is definitely a nice, solid replacement for Freddie Freeman because he's much younger. And he's got the power, he can hit, and he's got really solid defense. I know there was times when the Angels would hit his way, it would look like it would get past him, but he would somehow find a way to get a hold of that ball, a hold of the baseball, off of like a line drive or something, and still catch it. And it's like, damn it. But I think Matt Olson's going to be really freaking good for the Braves. They got a really good bat to pair alongside Ronald Acuna Jr. They're going to be a freaking monster of a team again. So yeah. And that's going to lead me to the end of the video where Freddie Freeman, he is going to be leaving the Atlanta Braves because after Matt Olson ended up getting signed by the after Matt Olson ended up getting traded to the Braves and then ended up getting an extension by the Braves. Well, that essentially signified that Freddie Freeman's his time in Atlanta was over. And the only other team that he was linked to other than the Braves that he could potentially return to, sadly, was the Los Angeles Dodgers. Now, the reason why I say sadly is because I hate the friggin' Dodgers. No, a little bit has to do because I'm an Angels fan, but a little bit has to do with the fact that I friggin' hate the Dodgers because they damn near sign everybody, and they already have a damn super team. They got Mookie Betts, they got Max Muncy, Trey Turner, freaking Justin Turner, Cody Bellinger. Who else am I not naming? Austin Barnes. They already got a super team. And it's like, they don't need Freddie Freeman. But you can say, but this kind of makes up their loss they had for Corey Seager, right? I don't care. They already have a first baseman in Max Muncy, but apparently I guess they want to move Max Muncy to second base now. So yeah. Freddie Freeman's already coming to the already known super team Dodgers because they don't really need him, but okay. He's from Southern California. He's getting a big time deal. It's like a 6-year deal. I forgot how much it's worth. So he's essentially going to end his career off with the Dodgers pretty much. He's like, I think 32 years old. So I'll say from a Dodgers perspective, it's good for them because it continues to keep them contending. And they get another solid bat. And again, their lineup is even more dangerous because, you got Mookie Betts next up to bat. Or you got Mookie Betts up to bat. You get him out, or he hits a single. Next thing you know, you could potentially have Freddie Freeman right up behind him. So, yeah, it essentially also kind of seals the deal that the Dodgers are going to win the NL West probably again. And again, like I said, the teams that might end up being in the NLCS are probably the Dodgers and the Mets, barring any insane things happening. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see. I know Dodger fans love the move. I hate the move because the Dodgers, I feel like they don't need Freddie Freeman. I think they have a solid enough team as is. But yeah, Clayton Kershaw also resigned with the Dodgers, so that wasn't shocking in the slightest. And yeah, but that's kind of it in terms of some big free agency news for the MLB. I know I haven't been so, I guess you can say, consistent with them, but it's kind of because NFL free agency has been taking over most of my channel. But hey, I wanted to put out this MLB video just discussing some free agency moves and stuff like that. And again, whatever happens going forward, I'll see if I can have time to make another MLB free agency news. But yeah, spring training, I know for my Angels, it starts officially tomorrow. So you know, spring training's starting soon. So baseball is going to be back, and then opening day. But other than that, guys, I'm going to get out of here. If you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thought on some of the MLB free agency news I mentioned. Are there any other news that you think I missed out that was probably just as big to talk about this video? Please put that in the comment section, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more MLB free agency news and stuff like that. Again, I will not be discussing spring training at all. Me and my co-host Matt Swarmstead, before the season starts, or at least the week before the season starts, we'll probably give our predictions and where each team will go in terms of the division leaders and stuff like that. But other than that, I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night. Channel this video. Until then, guys, peace.